getting
Stop, 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 stop. Stop.
We are going to be watching a video that we have not seen yet, and we are going to give our response. The video we're going to be watching is why I would never invest in a 401k, and it's on the Redacted channel. Are we going to watch?
Yeah. Why I would never invest in a 401k. Financial services industry hate when I talk about this. Oh well, that's today's show. Let's dive into it. Hey everyone, I'm Clayton Morris, long-time real estate investor. I retired at 40 years old from my day job thanks to passive cash flow from real estate investing. And I built this channel right here to help you do the very same thing, which is to build financial intelligence so you can build financial freedom. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Obviously, we approach these things from a compliance point of view, and some of our comments are from a lay person, not from an investment professional point of view, because we're not. So right off the bat, we're starting about, instead of having broad, diverse investments, we're talking about what sounds like putting absolutely all your eggs into one type of basket. So, okay.
Also, by the way, to retire, because that meant that I could actually start using my 401k in a self-directed account to buy real estate, not crappy paper stock market stocks. We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay,
So
right
the funny
there.
thing about that.
So when you invest in real estate, you get depreciation. You can manage your real estate investments from a point where it's a very tax advantageous strategy to invest in real estate outside of a qualified retirement plan. But when you invest in real estate inside a 401k plan, unless you're doing Roth, which is a whole different kettle of fish, all right? When you invest in real estate inside a 401k plan, there's no basis, there's no depreciation, there's only ordinary income. So you lose those tax advantages.
And I think you should go beep, 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 beep. You're going to have a taxable event if you take that retirement, take that money out of your plan, right? He's saying, I finally get to use the money.
Right, which is what I was just talking about, because it's taxed at ordinary income instead of long-term capital gains or anything else.
He's making it sound really just advantageous to take your money out of the 401k. Take your money out of the 401k plan, because it's all beautiful. Be ready for the tax hit that year.
But he's actually talking about using a 401k plan.
Yeah.
He just said 401k plans are no good.
That is funny, that he used his 401k plan to help him get to the next stage. Whoop, we won.
We're done.
We won.
Let's go. We're going for the weekend. All right.
401k is setting you up for total failure because it's built on a faulty premise that I should save for retirement. Saving for retirement does not work. It's also predicated on the idea that I should die before I run out of money. And it's built on the idea that I'll defer my taxes until I take it out. That part is perhaps the most ridiculous part of the whole equation.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll explain all of these points. A recent study published on CNBC.com, approximately 40% of Americans are at risk of retiring near the poverty level. Let that sink in for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
we
risk
agree.
is causing 74% of Americans to work past retirement age if they attempt to save for retirement instead of building passive streams of income. So they are failing. That means 4 out of 5 working Americans have less.
Stop a second. Aren't you creating a revenue stream for yourself when you do a 401k plan?
You can be, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
I don't know why it's
it's not either or. You can turn your 401k plan into a lifetime income stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's passive too.
Right.
You can make it passive.
No, not make it passive. It is passive by definition.
But he's making it sound like it's unique that he has a passive solution when, Yeah.
All right, so
okay,
let's
go.
keep going. This is interesting.
Going with supplement a pension plan. It was meant as a way to get rid of pension plans, really.
Yeah, okay.
It's never, ever meant to be a primary retirement tool, ever.
Well, no, stop. No. 401k plans were never, ever meant to be anything. They're an accidental...
reading of the tax code.
They're an accidental section in the tax code. They were not intended to do anything. So I don't know how long it was written before the guy figured out what it was, but 401k plans were not created, they were found.
They were born from the tax code.
No, they weren't even born. They were just, oh, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Next.
Other people don't have pensions anymore. This 401k plan is standing on its own, and it can't support the weight of things. It was never meant to stand on its own. It needed pension plans as a team. So let's look at some of the numbers to further illustrate my point. So let's get out the whiteboard.
Good thing we're
here.
drinking.
The median family income in 2017 was $61,000 according to the Census Bureau. So if we take a conservative approach here, saving 15% of that income, so putting $767 a month away every month. Now let's assume you save 15% of your income. In 10 years, how much savings will you have following the 401k retirement model? And in 32 years. So if you look at history, the long-term average S&P 500 return since it started back in 1928 is 10%. The average inflation for the same period of time has been 3%. Now, if you're adjusting for inflation, the historical average annual return is about 7%. Do you follow me on this? It's complicated, but I want you to follow me here. So at the end of 10 years, you'll save $83,000. At the end of 13 years, you'll have saved $192,000. It would take you 32 years to save $1 million. And guess what? Because of inflation, the $1 million is only worth $380,000.
Is he putting returns in this?
I don't know.
He's not putting returns. Because your money doubles every 7 years.
No, depending on what. Well, whatever. Depending
I know
on the
it's the rate, but I mean, but he's going straight
the numbers look a little low.
contributions. He's taking contributions, showing no earnings,
I'm not. Well, he didn't say what his rate of return was. So
and taking, yeah.
Makes
next.
sense. So that means you have to live off of $388,000 for the rest of your life. That's $40,000 per year, and you'd better not live longer than 10 years. You follow me? If you're actually playing.
What about rate of return? Dude, what do you got it in cash?
Yeah. And if you have $1 million, you get $50,000 if you take 4 to 5%.
Yeah, but
year.
he's assuming no rate of return.
I know, but what he's saying is, I take my $1 million, I put it into cash, and then nothing happens to it.
But
I just
also,
draw it out.
he's assuming that person didn't get, with inflation, that person didn't get a raise for 32 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
But,
I mean, yeah. So, okay, keep going.
Okay, but the $1 million, if you have $1 million in the bank, you can take 4 to 5% out of it, you know, and infinitely, and live on $40,000 to $50,000 a year.
Right, but he's leaving some math out, so
Yes,
that's
he
okay.
is.
That's
Well,
okay. All right. So
It's actually $38,000, but I rounded up, so I gave you an extra $2,000.
You are so generous.
And
I
that's
love
still
you.
Terrible.
Oh, you.
But what about the company match? I hear you saying it's the golden company match. Now, if you happen to have one of the rare 401k plans at a company that is offering some kind of matching plan, that sounds great. It's like free money. No, it's not. When you have a 401k plan, you're partnering with the government to give you the ability to invest in the stock market. You're not getting
Stop.
when's our dinner reservations?
Your
8?
company is giving you a match. Straight up contribute so you get that extra money. More money is good, okay?
Or the employer
It's really easy.
non-elective.
It's really easy. If the employer says, you put in $1, I'll put in 40 cents, you say, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
You don't go, oh, it's a government conspiracy to give me more money. If it was, then do it. I swear to God, math. More money is good.
Okay.
Keep going.
free money. And don't get me started about the stock market crash that erased many people's retirement accounts. It took 10 years for many people's 401ks to bounce back to where they were before the crash. I hear people all the time saying, oh yeah, my 401k took a beating. Sure, but it finally bounced back to where it was before the crash. What the hell is wrong with people? Do you hear how that makes zero sense? That means that you just wasted 10 years of investing in growth. So imagine if they own real estate during it.
So the really funny thing about this is the whole thing of cost averaging, right?
Dollar cost averaging.
Dollar cost. So if you continuously put money into the market, when it's low, you are buying stocks at a discount.
Right.
And when it goes up, you have more money.
Right.
So it's he has this idea that you just put some money in and you left it alone.
And you stopped
and
putting
it
money
went
in.
down and that it no, do the cost buy stocks
Dollar
when
cost
they're
averaging.
buy stocks
Yes.
when it's cheap.
Okay. So, all right, keep
going.
Gonna get through this.
That's okay.
Or a business. They would have received 10 years of cash flow from tenants in their properties. Even if their $100,000 house dropped in value during the crash down to $75,000, who cares? I'm not selling the house. I'm renting it out with no intention of selling it. So it dropped in value for a little bit of time. Okay, my cash flow did not drop though. Cash flow to help me live my life and buy additional properties. Where did that 401k money go? Nowhere. It vanished. Gone forever. All right. So
The
where is this
vanishing
money going?
401k.
Who's getting paid in the 401k plan? The money managers are, and the businesses that get to increase their bottom line for offering these plans. It's been in
What? No! That's flat out, what? Okay, so, he said the people who are sponsoring the plans increase their bottom line by having a 401k plan. Well, because of the tax deduction, but if you spend $100,000, you spend $100,000, you just get $30,000 less in taxes. Or whatever.
It comes off the bottom. When you pay something, it comes off the bottom. You don't
line.
get
It
to
reduces
keep it.
the bottom line to
It
have a
doesn't
401k
keep it.
plan.
Yeah, well,
Keep going.
totally oversold. Companies also get federal incentives for making them automatic when they hire a new employee.
Okay, pause.
you can opt out.
Okay, so how many employees are there in the United States? If we've got 360 million people, we've got probably, what, 110, 140 million people working.
Yep.
Okay. So what's going to happen with the demand for 140 million people looking for rental properties to own? How's that going to work? Seriously, I mean, you can't have your own house as rental property, renting it to yourself, right?
We haven't finished the video.
We haven't.
What's
We're going to have some magic math in a minute.
Just remember my earlier example. Saving your way to retirement doesn't work. But all of this doesn't matter until we talk about taxes. So another reason the 401k is flawed is because it's built on the idea of tax deferment, right? You hear about people talking about this all the time, but I'm not paying taxes until I retire. That's great. Sure, that sounds great until you get your head out of your rear end and you realize that you're going to be paying taxes later.
Not necessarily, Roth.
Well, I don't know about you, but there's no way in hell I'm going to retire in a lower tax bracket than I am today.
Okay, that one I'll give him. No, I'm with that argument. Yeah.
You're going to pay taxes today at your lower tax bracket, but when you retire wealthier, you're now on a higher tax bracket, meaning you'll pay more in taxes. So great, we're deferring our taxes until retirement when you'll be wealthier. So unless you want to retire poor, in which case, why in the world are you watching this video and why have you subscribed?
I'm really questioning that, Zach. Your performance review is going to suck next week.
I've already asked that question, so keep going.
I'm broke around here. The thing that scares most people is running out of money. But when you build monthly cash flow, you never have to worry about that. And you certainly won't be living off of a 401k. So instead of putting my money into a 401k, I'd be investing my money in cash flowing, performing assets like real estate.
Obviously, we don't agree with much that he said except the sun rises in the east. I think we can agree on that. I think he said that at some point. He probably
did.
Okay, well, he probably agrees on that. All right. You cannot make the argument that 401k plans are bad. Okay, 401k plans are neither good nor bad. They just are. You can have bad product, okay? You can get bad advice, and you can have an employer who doesn't really pay attention, okay? But that's got nothing to do with whether or not a 401k plan is bad. 401k plans are very good for millions and millions and millions of employees because they get to participate in the stock market for very little money out of pocket every pay period. 401k plans are an option because you have the concept of Roth, you have the possibility of participant loans, and you have the possibility, or more and more these days, the likelihood of a matching contribution, which is not bad. A match from your employer is not a government conspiracy. I really didn't see him connect those dots. Did you? No. Okay. So the one thing I will agree on is this concept of why are we assuming we're going to be in a lower tax bracket when we retire? Yeah, probably not, all right? So, but then we go back to the concept of Roth. So, Catherine?
I mean, you can
Finish your
draw your
bourbon.
money out of a 401k plan when you decide to and take the tax hit when you decide to. There's
You-
more
you get to
control
choose.
on
Yes,
that.
you
Not
get
just-
you do get to choose.
Okay.
So we have tried to not be too personal. Okay, we've tried. We obviously believe in the concept of employer-sponsored retirement plans because with what we've got going on in this country, that's the way the vast majority of people get to participate in a growing economy. I'm not saying it's the best solution, but it's the one we've got now. If you've got if we've said something that's offended, let me know. Sorry, we tried not to be too offensive here. If you liked it, let us know that as well. Best way to get in touch with us is sales@hunterbenefits.com. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Heck, hit the don't like. Just communicate with us, all right? And let us know, if you think we've got something terribly wrong, let us know, right?
Yeah, and just don't confuse investments with a 401k plan.
Right.
You can invest
We
whatever,
try to have people keep those
whatever you
separate.
want to in it.
All right, so take care. Have a good
Okay.
weekend.